up YouTube? Laughing Pikachu here. Welcome back to another video. As we begin a new decade, 2020, I wanted to take some time to reflect on this past year, 2019. 2019 was intense. I went to 33 different cities, oh my goodness, had way too many bowls of Lucky Charms, and experienced some of the largest emotional and spiritual growth in my life. I walked into 2019 celebrating the new year in St. Louis with some of my best friends at Urbana 18, launched a new startup, Broadarch Consulting, got invited to attend the National Retail Foundation program in New York, got an offer to be a part of the Google Student Ambassador program, and got to be a part of the live audience for a live taping of the Stephen Colbert Show. February was intense. I took part in the Apple Women's Case competition, got interviewed for a PBS show called Blind Dating, attended a Bethel music concert, had sleepless nights preparing for a national contest called L'Oreal Brandstorm, and moderated a panel for the Supply Chain Management Center. In March, I checked out the Indeed headquarters through a Built by Girls program, found out my L'Oreal Brandstorm team was headed to New York for US Nationals, got interviewed about the Laughing Pikachu brand for the Daily Texan, got selected to be part of the Accenture Leadership Program, and became a committee board member of the Barbara Jordan George Mitchell's Award leadership team. April, I really tried to chill and took time to watch Endgame, got dinner with friends, and joined the Product at UT group because I was curious about product management. I was supposed to only have two main events scheduled, one being a panelist at an SCMC event with some McCollum's executive sponsors, and two pitching Geneticare at the L'Oreal Brandstorm US Nationals in New York. The thing is, our crazy little Geneticare idea ended up winning first place at Nationals, and my team found out that we would be headed to Paris, France in May to compete in the final round of the international contest, so my period of rest really didn't last long. But first, I had to finish my spring semester, and May was full of fun opportunities. I became president of the Supply Chain Management Student Organization, SCIMSO. I won first place in the Operations Management Sourcing Plan Case competition, and helped to launch the social media campaign for Power Trip, a book written by my boss and mentor. Then I finally got to go to Paris and pitch Geneticare. We ended up placing 20th internationally of 40,000 applicants, and I got to kick off my summer with a vacation to Paris with friends and a cruise through Seattle, Alaska, and Canada with family. In June, I began work as an intern at Ernst & Young as part of their strategy and operations consulting practice. It was an exhausting but really cool experience where I got to help a company navigate through a huge integration. In July, the internship continued with dinners with EY partners, lots of sleepless nights, and a celebration at the end of the internship with a paid trip to Disney. July was also special for me because I got to turn 20 and celebrate with some of my best friends. In August, I finished out the summer with trips to Boston and Chicago, officially closed Cavendish, launched my first program as president of SCIMSO, accepted the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo Endowed Presidential Scholarship, and attended an epic leadership retreat. And then, this one's scary, on August the 28th, I had my official last first day of school. In September, it seemed like every other week I was hopping onto a plane for interviews. However, even during this busy season, I made sure to save at least a little bit of time for the things important to me. I made time to share with others and speak on panels, I went to some aquariums, I cooked some meals for freshmen in Epic, and I helped prep countless students for interviews as I went through an interview season of my own. October consisted of meeting with Home Depot's SVP of Supply Chain and working with the SCIMSO board to organize an event with HEB's SVP of Supply Chain. I also went on a retreat and had some fun trips with friends. Oh, and I also bought a ton of new Lucky Charms because they released new flavors and they were on sale and ended up being recognized by Lucky Charms on Instagram. In November, I celebrated some birthdays with friends, dressed as a traffic cone for Halloween, went to San Diego for a weekend, volunteered at a Thanksgiving dinner, went to a cool light show, graduated from the McCollum's leadership program, wrapped up the MBA Operations Fellows program, and started a Bible study with someone I really look up to. In December, I emceed my last large group of the semester, got a budget pass for a joint case competition with EY and SCIMSO, made my TikTok debut, finished my last fall semester, went to Colorado, had my annual Christmas party, and got to end the year at the Epic National Conference, beginning the year just as I had ended it, close and reliant on God. So here are some key lessons that I learned from 2019 that I hope to apply to 2020. Number 1, I learned that it's very important to never compromise your story or your values, and sometimes that means saying no to a really good job offer. It can mean to stop hanging out with some toxic friends, or it may even require you to correct your own actions and how you communicate with others. Number 2, I learned that I value long-term investments over short-term satisfaction. This means sometimes short-term gains like working late aren't worth losing the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to live life with others. Sometimes that means restructuring friendships, professional relationships, and the initiatives I invest my time in to make sure that they are providing long-term rather than short-term outcomes. Number 3, I learned that who you surround yourself with is very important. So surround yourself with people who will challenge you to grow, people you feel confident investing in, and people who inspire you to become a better person. Number 4, I learned that there is something incredibly rewarding in investing in others. This year, I got to invest in the incoming freshman class in my ministry, underclassmen who shared my major, and friends going through rough seasons. Moving forward, I want to continue to invest in the next generation and in others because the best leaders aren't self-serving. 5, I learned that no one is going to do things for you, and sometimes that means making your own opportunities, actively choosing to invest in friends and family, and most importantly, taking ownership of your spiritual, emotional, and physical growth. Other people can help, but ultimately you are in charge of your own happiness. Number 6, I learned that if you want to make an impact, you must first find something you are genuinely passionate about. Throughout society, people have different religious beliefs, skin colors, sexual orientations, hobbies, or talents. Moving forward, in order to pursue things I'm passionate about, I've recognized I must be willing to allow my differences to be reflected through my work and daily life so that I am constantly bringing my authentic self to the table. And number 7, last but not least, I learned that these past 5 years on YouTube have been one of the biggest blessings in my life, and I'm super excited to launch a 4-part series showing the Laughing Pikachu story and where I'll be taking the channel next. A look back at the best pulls from the channel, a look back at the best fan mail, and a long-awaited collection update. So, hello 2020. Buckle up, we've got one heck of a ride ahead of us. There's lots of changes that will be happening on YouTube and in my life, and I hope that you guys will stay tuned. Thanks so much for being a part of my story, and remember, don't ever be ashamed to be you, because you are your own type of beautiful. Bye guys.